been a period of mixed emotion for Alex Ferguson and Manchester United. Severe injury problems have disrupted the rhythm, but the winning beat is returning again, and the Reds are rolling as the silverware looms over the horizon. It's goals for Cole. Andy confounds the critics, doing what he does best, right on cue. We focus on the boy David, Beckham that is, the dead ball specialist. He lets us into his training secrets. Can you do this? And we play Mr. and Mr. with the Nevilles. Oh brother.
Gentlemen, let me tell you, if you don't know how the programme works, neither do we. Basically, we want to find out how much Gary knows about Phil, how much Phil knows about Gary.
What we do know is that Roy Keane is back, and back to his very best. A string of Man of the Match awards for the everywhere man. As good defending as he is attacking.
Roy Keane for Manchester United, that's absolutely wonderful.
And United style down the years. We examine the trims of the top men. Fashions come and fashions go. And some fashions were never really in at all. And as work's completed on the new North Stand, we give you an exclusive view of the view from the top. Plus all the action and the key goals as United prepare for the season's run-in.
It's in there, low shot goes for it, and Cantona has turned it in.
Well, if I could pick a consistent back four, I think we're right in the frame. I think we're very, very close to winning it. I think we've got an uphill battle. I think that Newcastle are in a position we would love to be in, but we also know that they will drop points, but we can't afford to drop many more, to be honest with you.
Back in November, United were lying second in the Premiership, just 3 points behind the leaders Newcastle, and already the two were edging away from the chasing pack. At the City Ground, Nottingham, Alex Ferguson was able to name an unchanged team from the previous match with Coventry, something he wouldn't be able to do again for another 2 months.
This is Cantona. Lovely touch to set away Ryan Giggs. Beckham's pulling into the middle. Cantona's calling for it. Cole and Scholes almost scored. Giggs. Scholes perhaps may feel he should have scored. Scholes, Cantona, and the penalty's been given. Keith Cooper points to the spot as Cantona takes a tumble.
Good little ball into Scholes to Cantona.
Cantona is usually the man with the nerve from the penalty spot. He scored on his comeback day against Liverpool, and he scored against Forest to make it 1-1. Smile for Alex Ferguson. Scholes lining it up for Nicky Butt. Good movement at the edge of the area. Cole's turned. Good save from Mark Crossley. It was a razor sharp turn from Andy Cole and a powerfully struck effort that the goalkeeper fisted away.
Certainly was. Great turn, gets past Pearce. Good save from Crossley.
And so it was an Eric Cantona penalty earning a point for United when the overall performance really deserved 3. But then the injuries began to bite. Gary Pallister, the victim of a troublesome back problem, and Peter Schmeichel in goal needing an operation on an elbow. Schmeichel's absence opened the way for young Kevin Pilkington to face up to a familiar presence in the shape of Mark Hughes and Chelsea at Old Trafford.
Well, Chelsea have all 11 players back inside their own penalty area. Beckham with the corner. May just flicked off his head. Cantona. Still the troops are forward. Eventually it came off Lee. Beckham. Bruce! Oh! As close as we've come all afternoon to a goal. And how many times in his long and distinguished career with United have we seen the skipper arriving late at the far post? Plenty of noise and plenty of people. The rapidly evolving North Stand means that the crowd is well in excess of 42,000 this afternoon. Well, that's a bad back pass by Sharp. Spencer could be in here. Owen can't get back. Good save. Wise. Chelsea have scored. They have this remarkable record at Old Trafford down the years. So Manchester United players a little late in arriving. Bruce is furiously waving his arm. Cantona's corner. Bruce's header. Oh, scraped off the line. Cantona. Very well played out towards Neville. A strike of real quality to haul the Championship pretenders back on level terms. Neville with the probing run down the right. The low cross, well, it was messed up, frankly, between Cole and Scholes. Beckham made sure it didn't matter. A youngster of immense promise, David Beckham, and that goal is one of the reasons why. Cole. Cantona. United are just beginning to flow. Super ball to Beckham. He's onside, he's through. Great save. Karim stood up for as long as he possibly could and really forced Beckham to commit himself. Here's Cantona. Sharp in space to the left. Sharp with a clear chance. Cole! How did he miss? It sums up his season.
He just needs one to go for him and fall for him. Once one does, I'm sure he'll go on a spurt. And let's hope it's sooner rather than later.
What can you as teammates do to help him through this stage?
Well, I mean, he'll get over. Everybody does it. Every striker has them. There's no question about that. He just needs a goal, and once he gets that goal, he needs one to fall off his backside or something like that. And once it comes, then I'm sure a few more come with it.
One man definitely hitting the target from distance is David Beckham, one of the sweetest strikers of the ball around. It's all in the deadly right foot. Goals from all angles, spectacular goals.
Beautiful goal from David Beckham! He curled it in from the angle!
Beckham uses his own form of target practice in training. He's always done it. And as he's progressed through the United ranks, he's become the dead ball specialist, the man in charge of corners and free kicks.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to seem to take all the free kicks, so I used to be able to whack a ball quite far. But like the free kicks when I was younger, I just used to whack them and they used to go over the keeper's head because they were so little. But it's a bit different these days, you know, it's more concentrating and things like that.
Beckham demonstrated his ability when on loan at Preston last season. It's the practice of being perfect, though it's something that also seems to come naturally to him. Anywhere on the pitch, his accuracy causes havoc for defences, and confidence certainly has something to do with it, as United fans have already seen. Remember Galatasaray in the Champions League at Old Trafford.
Now let's have a look at Beckham. You've heard about his free kicks, and here's one of them. Driven well, but just wide of the goal.
You know what really fascinated me about that, Brian? I was just watching, stood 3 yards away from him, was Eric Cantona, thinking, how can this young upstart come in and take free kicks? That's my range.
It's usually Dennis or Giggs who steps up, but no one's been stepping up. I've been looking around, but no one's been stepping up, so, you know, I fancy my chances when the ball's on the box and, you know, there's a shooting chance. I just try and you know, whip the ball in the top corner, really, or in any corner I do. But just hitting the target where the keeper ain't.
Who's your hero? Who's your free kick hero?
Free kick hero? Well, there's loads of, not just at this club, you know, there's loads that I could mention. But like, you know, Dennis obviously is like unbelievable at taking free kicks. Like at Liverpool, that was some free kick.
Owen, it's 3! And everything they hit ends up in the back of the net.
So there's the goal. So you put the ball down, you look one way, play it the other, and you need a bit of a confidence booster, don't you? So come on,
you go now.
How much? Best of 10.
All right.
Okay.
Best of 10.
Best of 10. Money's on. Easy,
Money's
man.
on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, he got it. So there's quite a lot of kids these days are going to be David Beckham when they're taking those free kicks for the club or the school team. Come on, give us some advice. What should they think about? What should they do?
Well, my advice is just practice. That's all I've done, is just practice. I practiced on my own, both feet, you know, just hitting the ball against the wall or playing with my dad and things like that. Just used to practice all the time, non-stop. Blast it, place it, inside of the foot, outside of the foot, what should they do? Well, I'll just place it. I'd place it, but you can whack it sometimes, it does work.
Dennis Irwin was on international duty for the next home match with Sheffield Wednesday. Philip Neville stepping into his place. Though once again it was left to Eric Cantona to secure a point.
Sharp doing well. Cantona, Scholes, trying to get Cole in, trying to get Cantona in. Yes! To Manchester United. It's Eric Cantona's first goal from open play since his return. And it was beautifully created. Scholes and Cole putting him clear, and he just lifted it over Pressman as he came sliding in. Sharp, snappy passing, and a very delicate, assured finish from Eric Cantona. Sharp's got it. Cantona! It was a good save from Pressman, but I can't help thinking that Eric Cantona will feel he should have given the goalkeeper no chance. McClare. Cole. Cantona. Sharp. Good save. Away by Atherton. Waddle. Hurst has touched it on. There's a chance here for Bright. Just wouldn't sit down for him, but he's stuck it away anyway. And Sheffield Wednesday have equalised. Nicol. Good use of the ball again by Steve Nicol. Ian Nolan. Space for De Greiser. 4 waiting for the cross. Whittingham's there, and Sheffield Wednesday are in front. Neville with a long throw. Bruce is in there. It's come for Cantona. Yes! He's there when you need him most. Eric Cantona equalises for Manchester United. Clean as a whistle. Bruce made his presence felt, and Cantona made his volley count.
£4,000 tonnes of steel, 12 months of building, £18.5 million, and most importantly of all, 11,500 new seats, bringing the Old Trafford capacity to 55,300. This is the new North Stand. And so to the topping out ceremony, carried out on the completion of the major construction work. And it's a long way up to level 8. Topping out is a tradition designed to bring good luck to the building, and it was the responsibility of Chairman Martin Edwards to add the finishing touches. The stand is due for completion totally at the end of March. That's a little ahead of schedule. First, a dash of concrete, and then the symbolic golden bolt also inserted to signify the end of the steelwork, a decorative touch for a magnificent structure. Eventually, there'll be a 58-metre steel cantilever roof to make sure everybody's nice and dry. Up here, you get the finest view in Manchester. More importantly, you also get the finest view of Manchester United. It's really a case of supply and demand, the demand for tickets, that is. Now even more people can enjoy watching the Reds, and rest assured, wherever you're sitting, the view from here is simply breathtaking. The long-term casualties were gradually feeling their way back in the reserves. Paul Parker and also Roy Keane were already on the verge of returning to the first team. We also had the first appearance of William Prunier, the French international centre-half, signed for a trial period. It was a testing time for the reserves over Christmas, with games against their closest rivals, but it was played 3, won 3.
It's a bit of a chase for Cook, but he has the pace to get in around the fullback. It's a beautiful cross and a disastrous own goal for Wayne Sutton. But beautifully made by Terry Cook. Now Kirovsky. Oh, bends it over the wall. A masterpiece free kick from the young American. United going for a third now. Could be an opening. Mustoe! He's got it! 3 goals within the space of half an hour. Mustoe the scorer. Keaton comes a long way for that. He goes a long, long way for it. He's sharp, playing on one of his lucky grounds, of course, in a first team shirt. It's fallen his way and United's way. McClare's cross. Oh, well finished. To the point, Chris Casper. To be fair, both sides are trying to play football on this awkward pitch. The hands go up, but the flag stays down. Great save from Pilkington, who got on with his job. He doesn't believe the linesman was doing his. Willoughby swings it in. Falls to Carragher. Oh, point blank save again and again off the line. Combination of O'Kane and Pilkington to the rescue for United then. Massive kick from Pilkington. Difficult for the Liverpool defenders to deal with, but they hack it away. There's a chase. They give him first to the ball, but he's slipped on the awkward surface. There's a chance for Jones. And Lee Jones scores for Liverpool. You have to feel for poor old Patrick McGibbon, who was caught out by the pitch. Tackle by Scholes. He's set Cook away. Right across the area. Here's McClare. Great save by Pears, but Scholes finishes off. A goal for the first team last night and an equaliser for the reserves tonight. Time running out. Simon Davis steadies himself, pumps in the free kick, and it's gone in. Well, Brian McClare's not quite sure who got the touch to that. I think it's McGibbon who's claiming the goal, but it's 2-1.
I know the club don't place a great deal of emphasis on winning and losing at this level, but then again, it is nice for your team to attain something, isn't it?
Well, I think for the boys, it's a sort of good measurement of that they are playing well. You know, they have something tangible there to tell them that they're playing well. They should know themselves in the field, but it's always nice to see it reflected in results.
That was a good stretch of their abilities tonight, wasn't it?
That was a really good test for them, and they've stuck at it pretty well.
And they're looking to win the league, are they?
Well, they're looking to perform from one game to another, so it's the next game coming up, Bolton, that's the one to look at. And leagues come along because you perform individually on the day, but every day. And that's the sort of thing we're looking for.
The reserves were champions 2 seasons ago, and they're looking well set to do it again in the Pontins League. Meanwhile, the first team are facing a tricky festive fixture list of their own. Liverpool, Leeds and the leaders Newcastle in successive games. And at Anfield and Ellen Road, the performances were disappointing.
Well, we're terrible in the Liverpool match. We were really poor. We were going through a period at that time that we had so many injuries and suspensions. Well, Nicky Butt was suspended, Roy Keane was out. And in the big games away from home, you need your big players. There's no question about that.
clear this time. Well stopped, Schmeichel.
There's another example of what I was talking about. He makes himself huge. That's brilliant goalkeeping from the game.
It's Fowler who takes it, and he's wrong-footed Schmeichel. Robbie Fowler for Liverpool. When it looked as though Peter Schmeichel was going to keep them out until half-time. Giggs, cleverly through the centre. Cantona, Leclerc for Eric Cantona. Great stop by James. Cantona trying to fasten onto the rebound. The ball's still alive here for Manchester United. Scholes, Beckham wants it, and he can hit them from this range.
Yeah, there's a little warning if ever they needed it.
Thomas. Liverpool roared forward again. McManaman, Robbie Fowler. Yes! It is Fowler's day. Game over.
And they've got Dean, they've got Weatherall, they've got Gary Speed who's got great spring. They've got a threat.
They've got McAllister taking the call. Jobson gets to it. Weatherall is in there. And a hand was used. And it's a penalty.
Has he given the free kick, Martinus? It looks, it's certainly a hand went up. There's no doubt a hand went up. Well, they're going crazy in there. The hand went up, there's no doubt.
Here goes McAllister. 1-0 to Leeds United. Jumping, with his arms down by his side. Speed, taking a look. Andy Cole got it through Beanie. And Leeds, who've been committing suicide in the words of Howard Wilkinson in recent matches, have done so again here.
He will be absolutely livid. Gary Speed's job here, you're defending a 1-0 lead, put your foot through it, down the line. You don't try and beat players in the edge of your box. They're outnumbered, the defenders aren't set for the cross. Both Cole and Cantona, watch the reaction of both of them. They pull off defenders, look at Cole, he just holds his run. Beautiful positioning.
Parker's missed it, it's Yeboah. Still got something to do. Tony Yeboah, he's done it. Leeds are back in front. Yeboah. Brolin. Here's Palmer, tricks Owen. Brolin wants to be teed up here. He is teed up. It's 3-1. Brian Deane against Manchester United again.
The third Leeds goal was actually scored with Eric Cantona off the pitch, needing stitches to a head wound. Steve Bruce also retired early with hamstring trouble as the injury list grew longer. In the shake-up, it left United 10 points behind Newcastle, who were next up at Old Trafford, a game the Reds simply had to win.
We came to the point that and possibly we are at our best in these situations, that, right, it's make or break, really. And we had an absolutely magnificent performance. It was a performance that probably reminded themselves and reminded all the other people in the game that what we are capable of. And when we're in that kind of form, we're very, very formidable.
Well, here's Rob Lee. But you can expect plenty of motoring from Manchester United tonight. In front of their own fans again. It's Giggs to Cole! Well, Newcastle know all about him, and they're on the receiving end. Alec Ferguson is thrilled, Andy Cole is thrilled.
What a magnificent strike. And I bet you had he not scored at Leeds, he wouldn't have scored tonight. Watch the ball from Giggs, quite magnificent. The finish, even better.
That is all about Andy Cole. That is the quality this boy possesses. Takes it first time. That was a difficult thing. But look at the accuracy. Look at the power he got in from the side foot. It's a magnificent finish from Andy Cole.
Strength to go with the skill and sophistication of Cantona's game. Giggs and Butt get in each other's way. And it's Howie and it's Ferdinand and there's no flag. But he couldn't emulate Andy Cole at the other end. Beckham for Cole. And Giggs. Off the top of the bar.
What a glorious chance for Giggs. Did everything right, lifted it, got it up over the goalkeeper. But Cole's run here was superb, off the back of Darren Peacock. The ball through to him, a great one. He just knocks it for Giggs. He thinks he's done it, so do the fans.
Beckham bends it in. Retrieved by Cole. Phil Neville. Keane wants it again, and Keane has got it. Roy Keane for Manchester United. That's absolutely wonderful.
Well, what a finish. What a ball from Beckham. The way he looked up, Ryan Giggs almost had a go at him for not giving him a short pass. But Beckham looked up, spotted Keane's run round the back. And what composure. Look at the way. Watch Giggs come into the picture. Look, he wants it. Give me it, he's saying. Give me the ball. You can't have it, he says. I've spotted something. When you want composure, well, Roy Keane and all of that and more. What a finish.
Giggs, Beckham is clear. Goalkeeper comes, saves well. Cole follows up.
Well, what a great double save from Srnicek. I'm sure he got under behind the Coles as well. But what a break from Manchester United.
Cole. Now he's off the pitch. Cantona's in the middle. Peacock. It's either one thing or the other. So Cole flashes it across the face of the goal.
Great effort.
He couldn't have made his mark in a more emphatic manner, bearing in mind the opposition. It was 2 goals in 2 games for Andy Cole. Suddenly the supply lines were opening up and he was relishing the opportunities.
There's always going to be pressure on you because you're playing for a club like Man United, and I think all the players here are going to have pressure to win something every season. I mean, so there's always pressure on, but if you don't enjoy the pressure, you know what I mean, you shouldn't be in it.
So you're actually enjoying when people are writing about you, good or bad?
Yeah, good or bad, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if people are not writing anything about it, that means they don't want to know about you. So good or bad, you know, I enjoy people writing about me.
The press was certainly writing about Roy Keane. What a comeback for the Irishman. United's man of the match against Leeds, and what an outstanding contribution against Newcastle. Keane growing in stature all the time, tremendous in any position.
Once the game starts and the adrenaline starts going, you soon forget about your little niggly injuries that you have.
When do you actually feel those niggling injuries? When you get home?
It's the next day, yeah, the next 1 or 2 days that you're really stiff, but come the kick-off time again, as I said, well, you know, if you do have a few niggly injuries, once you've got Old Trafford, you know, your adrenaline starts going, and you soon forget about the niggly injuries you have anyway.
Must be a bit like being a boxer, you feel no pain, do you?
Well, not me, I think it's most of the lads, I'm not just talking about me, I think, as I said, once you get out there, you forget about it, but people don't see the next day or two when you're trying to get out of bed, when you're stiff as...
You moan and groan, do you?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Last season, for instance, he played with 101 injuries in games for me, played 3 or 4 different positions for me. And he's got something in his makeup that is a little bit McClare that way, and Robbo. No matter the circumstances, he'll find a way.
You're not the new Brian Robson, the new Paul Lynch, you are Roy Keane, but you're taking on that mantle, aren't you, in midfield? You're getting a grip of it.
Well, I play with Nicky, but when I first came in, there was Robbo and Incy, and they were probably the main players there. Now, you know, it's just because probably they were older than me, they'd been at the club a lot longer. Now there's me and Nicky, and I'm older than Nicky, and I've been probably in the first team longer than him. So I wouldn't say you have more of a mantle. My game has changed a lot more. I'm probably getting involved in midfield a lot more, whereas when I first came, I was trying to get in the end of things. But no, I've got more involved with getting it off the back four and little things like that. But I think you just do that naturally as you get older and more experienced.
He really is developing into the complete footballer, enjoying the extra responsibility, not just scoring goals, but competing and battling in midfield with typical power and an engine second to none. Even when pressed into defence against Newcastle, his reading of the game was outstanding.
Beardsley, now Ferdinand, and Keane again, critically, as Les Ferdinand was about to pull the trigger.
I'm going to ask you about the way you play passionately. I mean, the manager has called for you to be a little more disciplined. Is that easy for you?
Well, if you look at probably, I haven't been booked now for a while, but some players need that in their game. I think I'm one of them. You need to be, the devil in you really. But sometimes if I do keep quiet, I probably don't play as well. So the more you get involved, the better. As I said, I haven't been booked for a while now, and as I said, I probably have to be a little bit more disciplined.
The one downbeat moment of the victory over Newcastle was the injury to David May, who'd been so dominant in the back four. Bruce, Pallister and now May, a hamstring injury that would keep him out for weeks. The situation was getting desperate. Difficult to remember a period of injury like it in recent years for Alex Ferguson. And so the manager turned to William Prunier, the Frenchman playing to secure himself a contract. Prunier's senior debut at home to Queen's Park Rangers.
Bradley Allen. Queen's Park Rangers still to sort themselves out in midfield. And here's Roy Keane. Cantona. Keane again. A little bit of space opening up. That's some shot. And it's a good job that Sommer had an early touch, because he needed to be at his best to turn that one over. Cantona's made a run across the edge of the penalty area, but it's with Keane. Now here is Cantona. To the other Frenchman. Not afraid to try. Sommer went down slightly late. Giggs to take the corner. Towards Beckham, Prunier, Cole, and it's in. Well, Prunier will want to claim the goal, but Andy Cole, goal poacher that he is, was standing literally an inch from the line. Giggs' corner was a real teaser. That was Beckham at the near post. Prunier, wonderful save, and it needed the touch from Andy Cole. It's definitely his goal. Cantona. Brazier's gone down. This is Irwin. Holloway with him. Still it's Irwin. He shouldn't have been allowed to get that far. Giggs! It's in! It's a second goal. And it's a soft goal conceded by Queen's Park Rangers. It won't spoil his delight, but Holloway really should have cleared it with the help of Brevitt. They didn't. Irwin seized the chance, and so did Ryan Giggs. Schmeichel's clearance has gone straight to De Gea, and De Gea has scored. The Manchester United players are asking the referee to disallow that, but he's having none of it.
Hair today, gone tomorrow. Players come and go, but hairstyles, and particularly United hairstyles, linger in the memory. Some will never be forgotten. Some maybe should be forgotten. In the 80s, it was Captain Marvel leading from the front with a curly perm. You had to have one, but you simply didn't play. Scott McGarvey's was magnificent. They're getting shorter in the 90s. Going, gone.
I was quite surprised when he said he was only 28. I think we'll have to look at his birth certificate a little bit. He did my confidence a world of good, put it that way.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's got the best haircut of all? Well, Lee Sharp was the victim of a vicious cut from John O'Kane in the summer, and now he still doesn't know what to do.
Well, I've not had my haircut since.
At all?
Not at all. Nobody's touched it with a pair of scissors at all since that day. I'm trying to grow it. That's why I keep wearing hats, because at the moment it's right in the in-between stages, which is the worst.
So what is under the hat? We've got a few variations for Sharpie to consider.
I don't know about the long sideburns and the hair covering the ears. I don't know about any of that, but we'll just see how it goes.
Pallister, Bruce, May and Irwin missing from the United defence at White Hart Lane, and with Peter Schmeichel injured in the warm-up, Spurs had the immediate advantage.
Sheringham, it's a wonderful chance, and he's taken it with typical aplomb, and Tottenham have taken the lead. They say he's playing the best football of his career, and I don't think too many who watch Tottenham regularly would doubt that. But here's Phil Neville round the back, and Andy Cole has equalised straight away. Another Cole goal. He scores for the 4th match in a row, and just what Alex Ferguson would have ordered.
Well, Andy Cole will get all the credit, but just look at the run from Neville, the left back. Great little 1-2 with Butts. There's Cole. Easy finish for him. 4th goal in 4 consecutive games. He's as hot as Sheringham.
Imaginative play from him. Sheringham. Campbell! Tottenham are back in front. Steered in by Sol Campbell.
With Peter Schmeichel unable to continue, Kevin Pilkington came out for the second half. Ironically, he was only on the bench because Paul Scholes too had taken ill just before the game.
Kasky. Rosenthal. It's 3-1. Chris Armstrong. In the Tottenham penalty area. Sheringham will come back his way again. That's Armstrong. He's got another one.
Despite the result in attack, Andy Cole was continuing to look sharp, and how unlucky he was to have this spectacular effort ruled out. Andy Cole is our focus on.
It's United's 9th. It's Cole's 5th. It's an absolute rout.
All of them. I think all my opponents are difficult, you know. They won't be playing at the standard that they're playing at. Work hard. Work hard and you get your rewards afterwards.
Who told you that first?
Who told me that first?
Yeah.
I don't know, it was from my school teacher, but when you was at school you never listened to him. Arrogant people, people with no manners, and like people who smoke. It would have to be the Coventry game, I think the 3rd one, to make you go to the final day of the season. Because we needed to win. You know, like every time we got in front, Coventry kept bringing it back.
Cole is in behind again here. Here's Andy Cole. That's 3-2. 2 for Andy Cole. Manchester United lead again. Alex Ferguson and Brian Kidd go wild, and the title race is blown open again.
I think Nelson Mandela, for what he's done for South Africa. You know what I mean? Like all them years in prison and coming out and doing what he's done, I'd like to meet him. I like music, I like soul, swing, hip-hop, stuff like that. Going out with my mates, just having a good laugh and having a good time.
You a dancer?
I like to think so, yeah. And I put my mind to it. Giggsy.
Come on, give us an inside story about Giggsy for the fans.
No, he's quiet. I think between me and Giggsy, he's the quietest at the moment, you know, but he's very quiet, you know, but once you get to know him, he's a good laugh, you know, I mean, have a good laugh in the room, play Mortal Kombat and that, so you can't be bad.
You play Mortal Kombat?
We do, yeah.
That's what you're doing the night before the game, is it?
Yeah, that's why we're always tired.
So who normally wins?
Giggsy usually hammers me, but I'm getting better.
Competition time, and what a prize we have on offer. Your chance to win a framed Andy Cole shirt signed by the man himself. All you have to do is tell us against which club did Andy score 5 goals in one match last season. Was it A, Ipswich Town, or B, Norwich City? Answers on a postcard to the usual address. Best of luck. Remember last time we asked you to tell us the score in last season's derby at Old Trafford? Of course, it was an emphatic 5-0 win for United. Prizes of a Super Nintendo Killer Instinct game, well, they're on the way to the people whose names appear at the bottom of the screen. Congratulations.
One of the most famous football clubs in the world achieves one of the most precious feats in the world of football. Manchester United have won the double, and they've equalled Tottenham Hotspur's record of 8 FA Cup wins.
The FA Cup's almost become United property in recent years. 2 years ago, the celebrations were doubly special. The FA Cup and League double completed at Wembley. It's become a bit of a second home, and the first steps towards the Twin Towers have already been taken.
Giggs, nicely found by Cole. Here's Keane. But Giggs. Beckham. Owen linking up as well. Now Cantona. But Cole, the movement is good. Nicky Butt! 1-0 to Manchester United. Patient play from the home side. Maybe in the end lulling Sunderland into a sense of false security. But they worked for the opening. Butt had several involvements in the move, and finally ran in on the blind side of Kubicki and looped it over Chamberlain. One thing United can say in the second half, that Sunderland really haven't opened them up as they did in the first. Beckham for Cole. Michael Gray getting the better of Sharp. Got to pass it now, and he has done for Agnew. The shot is on, and it's in. Pilkington flung himself to his left, but couldn't reach it. Sunderland are level. Sharp. Small brave defending from Ord. Agnew, no offside. Craig Russell, the ball wouldn't quite come down quickly enough for him. Russell shot. Russell's goal. It's turned round here with a vengeance. Be careful. His enthusiasm taken by Sharp, and Eric Cantona has equalised. Just over 10 minutes to go. 2-2. Sharp's free kick, and Cantona got free. Chamberlain got to it but couldn't keep it out.
Getting forward for Sunderland, has support now from Stephen Peters. That's a good cross, Culkin's lost it! And a goal for Sunderland, scored by Michael Bridges. United testing this Sunderland defence, and Greg Knight's in all kinds of problems here against Baker. Squares the ball to Mulryan, he's down, that should be a penalty. The referee agrees. Darren Holloway protests his innocence, but he quite clearly made contact with Mulryan. And it's going to be Desi Baker to equalise. He does! clearance, and again the Sunderland defence is tested. That's a terrible header, and they're punished by the lethal finishing of Mark Wilson. It's tight on that touchline, but again Baker's looking for the ball. That's a beautiful bit of skill as well. Mulrine linking well with Baker. Can he get it back? He does! That's 3. The Mulrine-Baker partnership strikes again. Well, Parker dispossessed by Curtis. Confident lad who captained England's schoolboys. Boy, he's showing confidence. This is an 80-yard run, and he's only stopped by a scything tackle. And quite rightly, the second penalty of the night. So, Baker knows the script, and he reads it to perfection. That's 4-1.
Townsend's lost that to Cole. Wasn't the best of passes to him. Giggs. And now Butt. And now Cole! Best chance of the match so far. Giggs. Away from Wright as if he wasn't there. Still Giggs. Saved by Bosnich. And fortunately for Aston Villa, it fell for Southgate to clear. Cantona back into the path of Butt. Cole pulling away. Andy Cole with a real chance. Had a good one in the first half. And now a good one in the second. Here is Cole. 3 up with him. Paul Scholes. Cantona. Cole! Deflected wide.
But it was brothers in arms with the 2 Neville boys competing for the Man of the Match nomination. Alex Ferguson talked in glowing terms of Gary's ability at centre-half, while Phil, almost unnoticed, has come in and looked so assured for an 18-year-old. It's a family affair. Knowing me, knowing you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to the show that everybody wants to be on. The one and only, the first and probably the last time. It's Mr. and Mr. And on tonight's show, we really do have a very special pair of guests. A couple. You've guessed it. They're bound for international stardom. It's the Neville brothers. Delighted to see you. Glad you could come along. Glad you could come along. Nervous?
Just a bit.
What about you, Phil?
No.
Not done Mr. and Mrs. before, maybe Mr. and Mr. Gentlemen, let me tell you, if you don't know how the programme works, neither do we. Basically, we want to find out how much Gary knows about Phil, how much Phil knows about Gary. Gary's going to go first, yeah? The moment we've all been waiting for. Here's Miss Lovely with the questions. And so Gary's gone off to get the old headphones on, which means it's Phil first in the firing line. We can rip the envelope open in true Oscar style kind of way. Here we go. Question 1. Wow, this is a tricky one. Gary's got the chance to score his first goal for Manchester United. He's already beaten 5 players, but Giggs, Cole and Cantona are all better placed to score. Would Gary, A, go for glory and take the keeper on and score? B, pass, especially as Eric's on his hat-trick? And C, shoot straight away and hit row Z at the stand?
Definitely C.
Predictable, isn't it, really?
Rose end of the stand.
Rose end of the stand, and that'd be good, wouldn't it? Rose end of the stand,
Yeah.
if he was lucky.
That'd be a good shot for Gary.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty decisive then. All right, and question 2, this is a real tricky one. Another supermodel comes into the players' lounge looking for Ryan Giggs. Would Gary, A, volunteer to look for Giggsy, B, say, sorry, Ryan's not here, but I play for England, or C, say, over here, love, I'm Ryan Giggs?
B.
He wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I play for England.
Yeah.
Does he use that one?
He does it all the time.
He doesn't. And so to question 3. Eric Cantona comes into the dressing room and insists that the players follow his new hairstyle. Would Gary, A, follow suit because he's in awe of the Frenchman, B, refuse because he's proud of his coiffured look, or C, buy a Kojak wig to fool everybody and so become Eric's best pal?
B.
That's why he doesn't head the ball, does it? Because he doesn't want his hair ruined.
He likes his hair, yeah.
He does. Is he really proud of it?
10 minutes every morning.
Honestly. Wow. If you want to hear the other half of the story, Stay tuned, join us after this short break.
Nicely taken by Phil Gray on the chest. In from Smith. Michael Gray. And Sunderland have taken the lead. Phil Gray got to the loose ball. Michael Gray. Agnew, this is wonderful play from them. And but for Schmeichel, it would have been a truly classic goal of interpassing in the FA Cup. Gary Neville. Philip Neville can turn. It's turning out to be a siege on the Sunderland goal. Scholes! Well, the goal was coming, and Paul Scholes has stepped from the bench to provide it. 1-1 at Roker Park.
Well, it's been on the cards from the 46th minute of this match. Scholes gets himself in a great position. Lots of speed. Watch the way he just jinks inside, and it's a lovely shot.
Neville. Philip Neville again. Cole! More pressure on Sunderland. Cantona. Retrieved again by Irwin. That was Sharp, who'd taken the corner. Andy Cole!
Right on cue.
Manchester United believe that they're in the fourth round. And worst of all for Sunderland is that it's the player who spent so many profitable months at Newcastle United, their deadly rivals, who scored here for Manchester United. And it's Sunderland 1, Manchester United 2. Andy Cole.
This is a magnificent header. And the end of a great cross from Sharp. Sharp's got great quality. Cole's right on the borderline of being offside, but he isn't. And this isn't an easy chance. He's got to direct it. He's got to power it. He does all that in the last minute of the match. It's an unsavable header. It's a wonderful goal. It's a match winner for Manchester United.
The thing I've been saying to Andy about the miss he had against Villa, that he tried to place the ball in the net. I said, when you get chances in there, just hit them. You know, headers, shots, go through the ball. And he really went through the ball with his header. I mean, it was one of these, poof, used all his power. It was a marvellous header, fantastic header.
My word, Gary's got some answering to do. Miss Lovely, would you bring Gary Neville back on, please? Here he is. I'm not sure really who's the most pretty. It's a tricky one. OK, a couple of tricky ones for you here. I hate to say it. Question number 1. Now, this really doesn't happen to you either. You've got the chance to score your first goal for Manchester United. You've already beaten 5 players, but Giggs, Cole and Cantona are all better placed to score. Would you, A, go for glory and take the keeper on and score, B, pass, especially as Eric's on a hat-trick, and C, shoot straight away and hit row Z of the stand? What did Phil say that you'd do?
Ayla said that I would have put it into row Z, definitely.
No problem with that. That's 1 out of 1. Yeah, yeah. He knows you inside out. Or is that you just feeling a bit bad about your shooting ability?
No, I would have passed it, but I know he'd have said that I would have shot into row Z. I usually do.
Let's move on to question 2. 1 out of 1. We're doing well. It's a cracking start. A supermodel comes into the players' lounge looking for Ryan Giggs. Now, this really is a tricky one. Would you, A, volunteer to look for Giggsy? B, say, sorry, Ryan's not here, but I play for England? Or C, say, over here, love, I'm Ryan Giggs. What did Phil say that you'd say?
The first one.
He didn't. Do you know what he said? What? He said that you'd say, sorry, Ryan's not here, but I play for England.
No.
You wouldn't say anything like that, would you?
No.
Never use that one, hey?
Slaughtered.
Nah, Gary would never use that line. Play for it. No. On to question 3. 1 out of 2 so far. Eric Cantona comes into the dressing room and insists that the players follow his new hairstyle. A, what would you do? Follow suit because you're in awe of the Frenchman. B, refuse because you're so proud of your coiffure look. Or C, buy a Kojak wig to fool everyone and so become Eric's best mate. What did Phil say that you'd say? You know it, don't you?
I hope he'd say B.
He did say B. He did say B. It's 2 out of 3. That's 2 out of 3. That's good enough for the star prize. It was going to be a car, but Eric said he wanted it for the boys. We've had a great time. Join us again. Make sure you do on Mr. and Mr.
Dowie harrying Manchester United into the back pass. Schmeichel's kicking was none too convincing in the FA Cup tie against Sunderland last Tuesday. Fortuitously got that one away. This is Giggs. Andy Cole. Back to Giggs. They pulled away from him. It's in there. Low Sharp goes for it. And Cantona has turned it in. Cantona scores after 8 minutes.
Well, this really is a truly outstanding goal. Great play from Giggs. Lovely little return there from Cole. But just look at the angle here that Cantona's got. How many players could possibly have got that in from that sort of angle? He's not entitled to score from there.
But Irwin. And Cantona still let it go to Cole. Sharp in space. And Sharp again showed great persistence. It seemed that Mikloshko had smothered it. Eric Cantona. What a brilliant ball to Giggs. Giggs set away this time by Irwin. Andy Cole, lovely play this from United. And Cantona may well finish it. Sharp will.
I think the referee's given handball against Cantona. Well, it touches his arm, but I think that's very unfortunate for Manchester United. It wasn't intentional. Lovely little lob onto the head of Sharp. Open goal.
Now Cotti. Breaking for Bishop. Oh, it was an open goal, or so it seemed. And Owen scrambles it away. The goal was yawning for Ian Bishop, and he couldn't deliver the equaliser.
And what a brilliant piece of defending from Dennis Irwin. The anticipation, the ability to chase what looked like a lost cause, and how important might that be come May? It meant the lead was cut to just 9 points. It's time now for everybody to get behind the Reds. We'll see you in April. Bye-bye.